All right, welcome to the relationship show. This guy's 33. He's dating someone 27. He says, I sometimes think my girlfriend is ugly and I want to stop scrutinizing her appearance. He says, I think the explanation that I'm obsessed with my own appearance, that I project my insecurities on my girlfriend rings very true to me. I know you shouldn't Google doctor yourself, but I can admit that I fit the description on many criteria for being a narcissist. Okay, so yeah, I mean, just with that thing, and you're telling us that you are insecure. And so, like, when people tell you what they are, believe them. So I believe you that you're insecure because you're telling me it. Now, what do? You blame yourself for everything. Everything's my fault. Everything's this. It's like, yeah, you should be able to take responsibility and have like that extreme ownership. But when you just have everything is your fault and then don't see the facts as how they are, that can really get you in trouble. And like what you're doing right now, I mean, um, saying like, oh, how you're so bad and it's because of you, because I'm so insecure and that's why I see it's like the mirror thing. Like I see what I am in myself. Yeah, maybe a little bit of this is true. And a lot of our like excuses or whatever is based on some sort of truth, but we use it to basically not get somewhere, if you will, or not get to the truth, or not do something that we're supposed to do, or not, own ourselves in how comfortable we are with ourselves. And then also looking up things like, oh, I'm a narcissist and stuff like that. It's like, if you're looking for it, you will find it. And so you were obviously looking for it because you're typing in what's wrong with me. It's like you have this question in your head. It's like, what's wrong with me? It's like if you have that question, it just breeds insecurity and more of it. It's like when you have this primary question of, what's wrong with me or what's wrong with this situation, you're also going to find, what's wrong with your girlfriend, what's wrong with her looks, what's wrong with this. You probably do this with your whole life. It's because as people, we each have a what's called a primary question. And think about like what you really ask yourself on a daily basis, every single day, multiple times a day, because we all have one. And it's like, do you ask yourself a common one's like, what's wrong with this? What's wrong with me? But there's a ton of primary questions that people ask themselves, but it's usually just one, maybe two. And those questions really shape our meaning and our experience in life. So ask yourself, what is my primary question? Really think about it. It's like, what could it be? If I did know what my primary question would be, what is it? What would that be? Go deep in that, find it, take some time, take like 5 minutes just to kind of really think about it. Like think through like, what is my primary question? What is this thing that's guiding me through my life? And when you start asking for things, what happens? Our brain gives us answers. So find out that primary question of yourself and figure out if it's really serving you or if it's not. Um, I'll be blunt here with the looks thing. Women are very visual. Excuse me, men are very visual towards women, and oftentimes in their early 20s is when the decline starts as far as guys' attraction towards women. Now, that's not always true, and you'll see things like, more like mature women or whatever. Maybe they'll get like bigger boobs or things along that nature. But as far as looks go, I mean, early 20s is really start seeing a decline in looks. Um, men often see women as beauty, like beauty objects, if you will. If you want to be that blunt, it's like beauty objects, whereas women really see guys as like success objects. It's like, how masculine is a guy? How successful is he? How much status does he have? And women always want to really play up. It's like they want to um, you know basically get the best deal that they can. And that's where you see a lot of like negotiation, and relationships are very similar in a lot of ways because it's really playing up. It's like, what are you going to settle for? Um, so yeah, figure out that primary question in yourself. Just from reading this one paragraph, it seems like you're looking at like, it's something along the lines of like, what's wrong with the situation? What's wrong with me? What's wrong with you? Um, So figure that out. If it serves you, keep it. If it doesn't, which it might not, it probably doesn't, then get rid of it. I have actually seen, sometimes with people who have like what's wrong with me primary questions, oftentimes they're constantly helping people as well. It's because like if they can see like what's wrong with the situation, it's like, oh, if I can figure out what's wrong, that I can fix it. And so there are uses to all these different questions, and there are purposes. We do things for a reason in ourselves to get to a desired outcome, whether it's good or bad. It's like our mind believes that that is a desired outcome. So just one, identify it and see if it uses it's a primary question that's purposeful in order to get you to where you want to be in your life.